Hello students, in this video we will cover 135 abbreviations from NCERT Biology for classes 11th and 12th. This is very important for your competitive exams, NEET and for your CBSE board exam. IUCN, it is International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. dB, decibel, it is a unit of sound. CNG, compressed natural gas. FOAM, Friends of Arcata Marsh. Arcata is a small town situated along the northern east of California. The town people, along with biologists, created an integrated wastewater treatment process within natural system. ppm, it is parts per million, and ppb is parts per billion. These two are the units to measure the amount of chemicals present in water. GPP, it is gross primary productivity. NPP is net primary productivity. GPP minus respiratory loss is equal to net primary productivity. CDRI is Central Drug Research Institute. DFC, it is Detritus food chain. It is a food chain that starts with organic matter. GFC is grazing food chain. It is a food chain that starts with plants. CSIR, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. IARI, Indian Agricultural Research Institute. KVIC, Khadi and Village Industries Commission. The technology of biogas in India was developed mainly due to the efforts of IARI and KVIC. JFM, it is Joint Forest Management. DU, it is the Dobson unit. It is a unit to measure the thickness of ozone layer. CFCs, these are chlorofluorocarbons which are responsible for depletion of ozone layer. CPCB, it is Central Pollution Control Board. BOD, it is biological oxygen demand. If biological oxygen demand in water is more, then the water is more polluted. So it is an indicator of pollution in water. PAR, photosynthetically active radiation. PKU, it is phenylketonuria. GEAC, Genetic Engineering Approval Committee. TI, it is a tumor inducing plasmid. After modifying the tumor inducing properties of TI, it is used to deliver the gene of interest in plants. EcoR1, it is an endonuclease derived from bacteria. Here E is Escherichia, CO means coli, R means RY13 and 1 means the order in which it is extracted. So in this way the name of enzyme is given. SCP, it is single cell protein. LAB, it is lactic acid bacteria present in the curd, and GDP is gross domestic production. PCR, polymerase chain reaction. Multiple copies of gene of interest are synthesized by polymerase chain reaction. ELISA, it is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. It is a test to detect AIDS disease. HIV, it is human immunodeficiency virus, a causative organism of AIDS. AIDS, it is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. ADA deficiency, it is adenosine deaminase deficiency. It is a disease for which first gene therapy was done. GMO, it is genetically modified organism. RNAi, it is RNA interference. It is a technique used to prevent infestation of tobacco plant from nematode. BT, it is Bacillus thuringiensis. PBR 322, it is plasmid Bolivar Rodriguez. It is used as vector in genetic engineering. ELSI, ethical, legal and social issues. BAC, it is bacterial artificial chromosome, and YAC, it is yeast artificial chromosomes. UTR, untranslated regions, these are present on both ends of messenger RNA. sRNA is soluble RNA. hnRNA, it is heterogeneous nuclear RNA. It is non-functional RNA. To make it functional, splicing, capping and tailing is done. snRNAs, small nuclear RNAs. NHC, non-histone chromosomal protein. IRGSP, International Rice Genome Sequencing Project. C-onc, it is cellular oncogenes, also called as proto-oncogenes, identified in normal cells, which when activated lead to oncogenic transformation of cells. CT is computed tomography, MRI is magnetic resonance imaging. Both these are used in identifying cancer and other diseases. MALT, it is mucosa associated lymphoid tissue. These tissues are located within the lining of respiratory, digestive and urogenital tract. CMI, it is cell mediated immunity. MYA, it is millions years ago. V and TR, variable number of tandem repeats. S and Ps, single nucleotide polymorphisms, and HGP is Human Genome Project. EFB, European Federation of Biotechnology. PMNL, it is polymorphonuclear leukocyte. These are the type of white blood cells. SCID, severe combined immunodeficiency. It is a rare disease caused by mutation in different genes which involved in the development and function of immune cells. NACO, it is National AIDS Control Organization. ICZN, International Code of Zoological Nomenclature. It is responsible for giving scientific names to animals. ICBN, International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. It is responsible for giving scientific name to plants. WHO, World Health Organization. RCH, Reproductive and Child Health Care. MMR, Maternal Mortality Rate. IMR, it is Infant Mortality Rate. STDs, it is Sexually Transmitted Diseases. VD are Venereal Diseases. IUDs are Intrauterine Devices. MTP, Medical Termination of Pregnancy. RTI, it is Reproductive Tract Infection. PID, it is Pelvic Inflammatory Diseases. ART, it is Assisted Reproductive Technology. The couples could be assisted to have children through assisted reproductive technologies. ZIFT, it is Zygote Intra Fallopian Transfer. Here, early embryo with 8 blastomere is transferred into fallopian tube. IUT, it is intrauterine transfer. Here, embryo with more than 8 blastomere is transferred into the uterus. ICSI, intracytoplasmic sperm injection. AI, it is artificial insemination. IUI, it is intrauterine insemination. PEC is primary endosperm cell. PEN is primary endosperm nucleus. MMC is megaspore mother cell. ABP is androgen binding protein, and IVF is in vitro fertilization. Here fertilization is done outside the body in almost similar conditions as that in the body. ET, it is embryo transfer. IRRI, it is International Rice Research Institute. ICAR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research. MOET, it is Multiple Ovulation Embryo Transfer. It is a program for herd improvement in animals. NDRI, it is National Dairy Research Institute. GAP is Ganga Action Plan and YAP is Yamuna Action Plan. The Ministry of Environment and Forest has initiated these two programs to save these major rivers of our country from pollution. LSD is lysergic acid diethylamide and IBG is Indian Botanical Garden. GIFT is a Gamete Intra Fallopian transfer. Here there is a transfer of ovum collected from donor into fallopian tube is done. LHC is light harvesting complex. ICWMI, it is International Center for Wheat and Maize Improvement. TAC polymerase, it is Thermus aquaticus polymerase. It is a thermostable polymerase enzyme obtained from bacteria Thermus aquaticus. It is used in polymerase chain reaction. ORI, origin of replication, it is required for DNA replication. RRC is respiratory rhythm center. VC is vital capacity of lungs. IRV is inspiratory reserve volume of lungs and ERV is expiratory reserve volume of lungs. ATP is adenosine triphosphate. NAD is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. NADP is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. Here P is phosphate added to NAD. NADH is reduced nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. If H is added, then it is called reduced nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. PGA is phosphoglyceric acid. PGAL is phosphoglyceraldehyde. ETC is electron transport chain. TCA is tricarboxylic acid and FMN is flavin mononucleotide. PTH is parathyroid hormone. ANF is atrial natriuretic factor. It is secreted by atrial wall of heart which decrease the blood pressure. CCK is cholecystokinin. Then GIP is gastric inhibitory peptide. Both these are secreted by gastrointestinal tract. CCK acts on both pancreas and gallbladder and stimulates their secretion, while GIP inhibits gastric secretion and motility. Now, GFR is glomerular filtration rate, PCT is proximal convoluted tubule and DCT is distal convoluted tubule. These two are the parts of nephron. CAD is coronary artery disease and SAN is sino-auricular node. It is a pacemaker of heart. GH is growth hormone. PRL is prolactin. TSH is thyroid stimulating hormone. ACTH is adrenocorticotropic hormone. LH is luteinizing hormone. FSH follicle stimulating hormone. ADH is antidiuretic hormone. T4 tetraiodothyronine and T3 is triiodothyronine. ANS autonomic nervous system. JGA is juxtaglomerular apparatus. ABA abscisic acid. Rubisco ribulose biphosphate carboxylase oxygenase. GA is gibberellic acid. RQ is respiratory quotient. It is equal to volume of carbon dioxide evolved upon volume of oxygen consumed. For carbohydrates, its value is equal to 1, while for fats, its value is less than 1. OAA is oxaloacetic acid. GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone, and AVN is atrioventricular node. So, that's all for today. Thank you very much for staying with me. Subscribe the channel to get the information about my new video. Thank you so much.